Hey folks, welcome to the Wealth Transfer with TC. Today I'm going to be discussing one part of the wealth transfer dealing with precious metals. And I'm also going to share with you a prophetic vision about lithium in Australia. Now folks, before we get started, I am not a financial advisor. I am just sharing information, giving you my thoughts and my opinions on that information. If you guys like these videos that I make, the support links are down below in the description and also the About section of YouTube. Now, folks, precious metals has been a part of the wealth transfer for some time, and we've come across different prophetic words concerning the precious metals market, especially concerning gold, silver, and so forth. And there's going to be a lot of fluctuation, just like it is going to be with everything else revolving around the different markets, and more specifically gold. We know that crypto will eventually be gold backed. We also know that fiat or currency be gold backed. And so it's just a matter of time when the new financial system that God wants to put in is in place, that gold and precious metals will be a part of our financial system. Now, some of the things that I have said before in the past as far as gold, and gold being at super high prices and so forth. And, one of the things I've always shared is that it's not going to last forever. Any type of squeeze or run with any precious metal, it's not going to last. And to make sure that at some point you're going to take profits. Before I get into the prophetic vision about lithium, I want to share this prophetic dream from Christopher Harris dealing with gold. And he says here, also this morning I dreamed of seeing the ETN price on Blockfolio move from around its current price to 30 cents. I also had a dream where I saw a scene outside of heavy snow with someone in a big puffy coat, and this has to do with investments. It made me think of crypto winter is coming. Then I saw gold, silver being represented by a rubber band stretching forth fast to 35,000, I assume gold price. Then snapping back, a big crash. The lowest I've seen for gold is 300. And I received that on 1/8/20. December the 4th, he saw in a dream silver at $545. All right, so that's a pretty big deal. And if you are involved in gold right now, I don't know if it's going to go low first, right down to 300, and then go up to 35,000. Now, that's going to affect not just the precious metals markets, but also any mining companies too as well. Because when it comes to investing in precious metals, it's not just about, the metals themselves, but also investing in mining companies, right? And making sure that if you do invest in any type of mining companies, that you invest in mining companies that have really good prospects. So there's obviously going to be something that's going to push gold up to 35,000, maybe some type of short squeeze. We're going to have trouble within the world economy, so a lot of people are going to be putting their money in gold. But this is where you have to learn that it's going to be very difficult for a lot of people to exchange their gold, especially when it gets up to the 20 and 30 and 35,000 mark. And if it's going to go up to 35,000 and then snap back, right, a big crash, right, that's telling you that you need to get out before the 35,000. Right, so if you buy an ounce of gold and you see it reaching 25, 26, 27,000, try to exchange it. Now, that's the difference between investing in physical gold as opposed to buying gold online, like through a trading app or whatever, right? Because you don't actually own the physical gold. If you see gold skyrocketing like that, you can just easily sell it. I think Uphold, you can actually purchase gold through Uphold. You actually don't get the physical part of the gold, right? It's just like trading a stock, right? So if it squeezes that much, guess what? Then you can start selling it off, and you don't have to worry about trying to go physically exchange your gold, because there's going to be a big problem, folks. If you go to any of the places that sell gold, do you think that not only yourself, but other people are going to be going into these places or stores or exchange places to get money for their gold? Do you think these places are going to have the money to do it? You also have to think that they might think that gold is going to go back down eventually, and they're not going to want to take a loss later on down the road in the future. I know that if I was a gold dealer and I see gold going up to 25, 30, 35,000, right? I'm not going to keep that much cash or that type of money in my bank account, right, to give to other people when they bring in their gold. So you got to think about that, folks. There's nothing wrong with holding some physical gold, but a lot of people, I guarantee you, are going to have a lot of problems trying to exchange their gold for cash. And also 545 silver. Silver right now is pretty cheap, but that's what he saw. And there's other prophecies out there concerning silver and gold. I believe he has seen the largest amount for gold. So back on April the 15th of 2018, Christopher Harris saw gold between 130,000 and 140,000 AUD, right? That's Australian dollars. But conditions in the world were worse. Demonic activity and possessions, paper money had failed, but gold was still valuable. Used small size increments of it to travel by boat and barter and was useful to have. Now, when I see this, when people have these dreams and visions, it's sometimes when I look at the timeline of things, the wealth transfer, then we look right before we know of the beginning of the tribulation period. And there's going to come a time when things are really, really bad. That's why we're having this wealth transfer, so that we can prepare our storehouse, right? Because if everything was going to be good, why would we need to prepare our storehouse? Right? Our storehouses is not just going to be something to get us through for the next, year or two. This is going to be long-term and establishing a long-term storehouse. Because I do believe after the wealth transfer, and we have many years of good, right? There's going to come a time when things are going to get bad, right? So I believe that this possibly could be something that's down the road in the future, as far as some years after the wealth transfer. Now, looking at the price right now, as far as the Australian dollar, 130,000 Australian dollars actually equals 88,000 American dollars, right? That's the conversion at this point right now. So I don't know what that's going to be down the road in the future. And that's all going to depend on where the dollar is going to be at around that time period. One of the things is that gold is used in a lot of electronics, which these prices, whether it's 35,000 or 88,000, that's going to make electronics and other items very, very expensive to make. So that's something else to think about. Okay, so I'm going to get ready to share the prophetic vision about lithium in Australia. Now, lithium is used as far as electric cars and so forth. And so this is a vision about a bull run concerning lithium. This came out on March the 30th of 2022. So this is Shine for Christ. The link down to this video will be down below in the description. And her name is Jessica. She actually has some other videos as well. The prophetic vision of a famine and also a Shiba Inu dream. Right? Most of you should already have my document, which has a lot of different people's different dreams and visions about famines and food shortages and everything else. So the link will be down below in the description, so make sure you give a subscribe. All right, so after she's done talking, it's only 1 minute and 32, then I'm going to come back and I'm going to discuss this prophetic vision about lithium.
Hi, I want to share a vision I received on January 18th, 2022. I received this just before I woke up. My eyes were closed, and then I saw an outline of Australia. Inside the outline, I saw a red pulsing light. Then I received this download from the Holy Spirit. There's going to be a 3-week-long bull run of lithium, specifically in Australia. God was highlighting Australia, so there's some kind of connection between lithium and Australia. The vision zoomed in, and I saw people in Australia. They were cheering, they were celebrating, they were very excited about this news. And then I woke up. I grabbed my phone, immediately typed into Google, is there lithium in Australia? Because I don't just wake up knowing this information. I don't know anything about lithium other than it's used for recharging batteries. Turns out they have quite a hefty supply of lithium. So I asked the Lord, what do you want me to do with this information? You shared this vision with me for a reason. And I felt like God was leading me to purchase some Australian-based lithium stocks. So I did. I was obedient. And now I'm passing this information to you. So please pray about it. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. I know this bull run is going to be pretty epic, and God is going to use this money made from the stocks for his amazing kingdom purposes, and I'm very excited to see how he's going to use them. Pray about it, ask the Lord for guidance, and God bless.
So Jessica had this download, and there's going to be this 3-week bull run in Australia concerning lithium, right? And specifically Australia, and Australian-based lithium stocks. People were cheering, people were celebrating. So obviously there's going to be some big news concerning lithium within Australia. She said, according to her own research, that Australia has a lot of lithium. So who knows? Maybe Elon Musk or somebody else is going to come in, a major company, and maybe do a deal with some of these lithium companies. Now, when you're doing your research on stocks in Australia dealing with mining, you guys need to really do your research and be careful, because you want to make sure that these mining companies actually have good prospects, where they're actually mining lithium now. I did ask 3 months ago, can you reveal or point in the right direction as far as stocks to look into? And she said here, he wasn't specific with a particular stock. His download just narrowed it down for me to focus on lithium in Australia. I had a personal piece about Pilbara Minerals. Hope this helps. I never heard of Pilbara Minerals. I don't even know if I'm even saying that right. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at that particular company. Okay, so when I originally saw that, and I did look up the price, that was around September the 22nd, and it was around $3.25. I said, well, I'm going to wait to see if it comes down anymore. Over the past couple months, it has somewhat come down some, but currently it's at $3.06. So I wanted to share this with you concerning what she was saying. Now, this is the one that she invested in. She said that she had a personal piece about it. And so whenever this happens, it's going to be for only 3 weeks, folks. This is nothing, just like everything else as far as investments. You're not going to want to hold on. Okay, you want to sell it when it begins to reach its peak. If lithium is going to go on a 3-week bull run, that means this stock and other related stocks that may be in Australia are going to go on this 3-week bull run. That's 15 days. All right, folks, so think about that. So if you guys want to do some research on lithium stocks in Australia, post the companies down below in the description, right? But obviously with her, she was the one that was given the vision, and she feels some kind of peace about this one. This is also OTC stock, all right? So that's PILBF, Pilbara Minerals Ltd. So you could probably purchase it like on TD Ameritrade or Fidelity. TD Ameritrade does charge you per trade when it comes to OTC markets. Fidelity right now, as far as that I know, does not charge for most OTC purchases. Also, just so you guys are aware, if you guys upload money to like your Fidelity, keep in mind you're going to have to wait anywhere from 2 to 5 days before you can actually make your purchase of any OTC stocks. In my case, it's been between 2 and 5 days any time that I want to make a purchase of an OTC stock. At different times, that's how long it's taken. Sometimes it's taken 2 days, sometimes it's taken 3 days, sometimes it's taken 5 days before I can use it. Unless you do a wire transfer. That's the only way that you can use these funds immediately. I'm not a financial advisor. You know what, folks, the stock could drop down to $2.50 or $2 and then come back up. I have no idea. But you're going to have 3 weeks to take part in this lithium bull run. Now, I'm going to do a follow-up video on other companies also as well that may be in the Australian market. So it's going to take a lot of vetting because, you know, there's a lot of companies out there that aren't really doing anything in the mining field. And so I want to make sure that whichever mining companies that we do invest besides this one here, that we've done our due diligence. So anyways, folks, go ahead and give a like and a subscribe to Jessica Shine for Christ. I thank you guys for listening. God bless. TC out.